In this video, I'm going to show you how to extract data from a spreadsheet and then form a weighted sum of the various columns. So this could be useful if you're calculating profits or perhaps grades. So let's get started. We'll start with a student grade spreadsheet. So if I double click it, you can see here what we have. We have 4 students and 3 different grades: homework, exam, and lab scores. And then I'm going to calculate a final grade by weighting these. Again, we'll calculate some sales. We have some Greek organizations, and they're selling merchandise for a fundraiser for charity. So they're selling sweaters, t-shirts, and fleeces. We'll calculate who made the most money. This can be done with linear algebra, so matrix multiplication in particular. Let's look at some notes I made. Suppose we have 2 matrices A and B, and we multiply them to get C. We know that the ijth element of C is a matrix product of the ith row of A and the jth column of B. It looks like this. Recalling once again that the inner dimensions have to match. So if A is m by n, then B has to have n rows and however many columns you want. Now, with a weighting vector, we apply this principle. So here's some matrix A, and it has 3 columns. So we're going to multiply by a column vector B, and B is going to right multiply. And so the C that we form looks like this. We have A11 times B1, and then A12 times B2, and A13 times B3, and then you sum all of those. And it turns out that this repeats, and C ends up being a 4 by 1 column vector. And you can see that the various columns of A are weighted by a different factor. So the column vector C is a weighted sum of the columns of B. So let's apply this to the other problems that we discussed. So I'll start a new live script, and we'll just retrieve some data. And I can use tab completion here. So it knows there's a student grades spreadsheet, so I'll just run that. Again, it's the homework, exams, and labs, but let's just double check. Homework, exam, lab. And let's say we wanted to weight these by the following. Well, then we can form a weighting vector like this. And then the final scores can be calculated as follows. If we run this, let's see what happens. And you see, for the 4 students now, there's 4 final grades, 1 for each student. Similarly, let's do apparel sales. Let's load the data and run it just to see what we've got. Okay, so let's say that we have prices. So I form a weighting vector, and we calculate revenue. Run this, and it looks like our 3rd organization came in the winner. Let's just double check. Yes, the 3rd organization won because they sold the most fleeces, apparently. That's where they really made their money. All right, I hope you found that example helpful.